ATI Industries, located 10 miles east of Morgantown in Reedsville, West Virginia, is looking for driven, hard-working individuals to assist in our ever-growing business. Dedicated to leading the oil and gas industry in the inspection of drill string elements, downhole tools, casing, and rig handling equipment, ATI Industries has grown into one of the largest inspection companies in the Appalachian Basin. Servicing the greater West Virginia, Ohio, and Pennsylvania areas, ATI Industries has stayed committed to providing unsurpassed oilfield services with the highest standard of safety, reliability, and integrity to our employees, our community, and our customers. ATI Industries is located at 343 North Robertstone Way, right here in Reedsville, West Virginia. Come see us today.
Preston Memorial Hospital offers 4 locations in Preston County to complete your laboratory tests. Our friendly, qualified staff is happy to serve you in Kingwood, Reedsville, Fellowsville, and now our newest location in Brewston Mills at the Brewston Mills Medical Center, where no appointment is necessary as walk-ins are welcome on Mondays from 7 to 5, Tuesdays through Thursday from 7 to 3:30, and 7 to 11 on Fridays. For directions or questions, give us a call at 304-379-1103.
The University High Hawks are on the mountaintop here as the regular season is set to come to an end in the castle here tonight. The Preston Knights taking on another powerhouse foe in University. They come in at 17-3. The Knights at 5-16, looking to be competitive here and get ready for sectionals when next week we'll face the same tough opponent. Terry Cochran is with University coach Joe Schmidl on the floor right now, and we're going out there.
Coach, nice to have you back in the castle once again. You come in here tonight ranked currently second in AAA with a record of 17-3. 2 of those losses came from out-of-state schools. The one that really intrigues me was Wheeling Park. You go up there on the road and get beat by 10. How did they stop that high-flying offense of yours?
Well, they played really well, and we did not play well. Wheeling Park's a lot better than people give them credit for. I have a feeling they could be in Charleston this year, maybe even make some noise. They've got 2 or 3 really good players, and we don't match up well with them at all. So, they're kind of a sleeper up there, but they definitely deserve to win that game. They shot the lights out that night. We were cold as could be, but other than that, it's just one of those things. Kind of had a bad feeling going up there. We haven't been practicing well, and I think we've grown a lot as a team from that loss, and I think it actually made us better.
Well, you come in tonight here, and then I believe you got one more game on the road tomorrow night?
Yeah, in Maryland at Fort Hill.
And then you got to get ready for sectional play, and probably you'll be seeing this same team over again.
Yeah, we will. Yeah, that's already been determined. We'll play Preston at our place at 7 o'clock next Wednesday.
Well, Matheny's been shooting lights out for you most of the year, and I know you've got some other pretty good contributors. Tell us a little bit more about your team.
Yeah, Matheny. I mean, he does it on both ends of the floor. He's averaging over 6 assists a game and 4 steals a game to go along with about 24 points. I mean, he does it all. He runs our offense at the point guard position, and then one of the wings is KJ McClurg, who's probably another Division I kid that's only a junior. 6'3" kid, good athlete, jumps real well. He's a matchup problem for a lot of teams. Sophomore Ryan Neisler, number 1, exceptional athlete, and then Mike Bombay and Rodney Bucklew inside, 6'6" and 6'3", very long and athletic.
Okay, Coach, we'll have a good game tonight. Hopefully we'll see you in the sectionals.
All right, thank you.
I'm going to take it back over to Steve.
And I'm joined by the head coach of the Preston Knights, Paul Kuntz. Coach, thanks for stopping by here at the broadcast booth. This one about ready to get underway, and the Knights are going to bring the A game tonight and be competitive, right?
Well, that's our goal tonight, be competitive. I told them, you got to play with a lot of heart tonight. You got to take care of the basketball. The first time we played these guys, they scored 39 points off of our turnovers. You can't turn the ball over 32 times and against a team like this and even be in it. So we got to take care of the basketball tonight.
We've got a good house, a full contingent of Castle Crazies here across the way. Nice group of folks up from Morgantown, but nice to see the home crowd out here for this regular season finale in the Castle.
Yeah, it's great. Tonight's blackout night, so we got a lot of students out, and we just that's what I told we got 4 seniors. This is it for them tonight, so I hope they lay it all on the line for us.
All right, Coach, I know you've got some things to attend to before we get things started. We appreciate you stopping by, and let's go Knights.
Thank you.
Brown's Mill Grocery invites you to stop by for anything you might need. If you're looking for a quick bite, Brown's Mill has buffet-style pizza, fresh subs, and cold drinks. Fill up your tank and your car's tank, too, with quality gasoline. Snacks, cold drinks, gasoline, anything you might need, you'll find at Brown's Mill Grocery. Brown's Mill Grocery at the corner of the Dogtown Road and Route 92. We look forward to seeing you soon at Brown's Mill Grocery.
Happy New Year! Kent and Melissa with Delano's Furniture and Mattress. Celebrate the new year with us by saving big on our double-sided made in West Virginia mattress sets.
Yesterday's quality meets today's technology. A mattress you can flip. It'll last you year after year. Come experience the Delano's difference.
The Delano's difference. The Delano's difference.
We also have adjustable beds.
Preston Memorial Hospital offers 4 locations in Preston County to complete your laboratory tests. Our friendly, qualified staff is happy to serve you in Kingwood, Reedsville, Fellowsville, and now our newest location in Brewston Mills at the Brewston Mills Medical Center, where no appointment is necessary as walk-ins are welcome on Mondays from 7 to 5, Tuesdays through Thursday from 7 to 3:30, and 7 to 11 on Fridays. For directions or questions, give us a call at 304-379-1103.
Brown's Mill Grocery invites you to stop by for anything you might need. If you're looking for a quick bite, Brown's Mill has buffet-style pizza, fresh subs, and cold drinks. Fill up your tank and your car's tank, too, with quality gasoline. Snacks, cold drinks, gasoline, anything you might need, you'll find at Brown's Mill Grocery. Brown's Mill Grocery at the corner of the Dogtown Road and Route 92. We look forward to seeing you soon at Brown's Mill Grocery.
Back in the Castle, and it is time to get things rolling here. We're ready to go to the floor for pregame ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, will you please rise in honor of our national anthem?
And now we'll get ready to meet the Preston cheerleaders.
That's right.
Introducing the varsity cheerleaders. Seniors, Captain Avery Schaefer, Captain Caitlin Boyer, Lexi Grubb, Kaylee Brandon, juniors Caitlin Miller, Ashley Belanger, Macy Roy, Carly Chips, sophomores Ariel Sayre, Sahara Belanger, Bridget Marley, Heidi Gidley, Allison Chandler, Madeline Shreve, and freshman Riley Moe. Now starters for the Hawks, coached by Joe Schmidl. Number 0, KJ McClure. Number 1, Ryan Neisler. Number 3, Caden Levine. Number 10, Rodney Buckland. Number 13, Mike Bombay. Now the starting lineup for the Knights, coached by Paul Kins. Starting at guard, a 5'10" senior, number 12, John Noah Lockery. Starting at guard, a 6' senior, number 4, Corey Hiles. Starting at guard, a 6'1" senior, number 11, Monty Rebello. Starting at forward, a 6' senior, number 30, Mauricio Barro. And starting at forward, a 6'3" junior, number 15, Nick Smith.
All right, there you have the starting lineups for two teams that are about to get underway here in the Castle for the final regular season match. Terry, it's been a fast season.
Yes, it has. It's gone quick, Steve. Tonight, the Knights are going to put all their seniors out on the floor first in honor of their final game here in the Castle tonight against the University High Hawks. And Coach Joe Schmidl has brought a number 2 ranked team into the Castle tonight. This is the 4th team we've seen that can be rated at the top spot in the state.
Yeah, it seems like every time the Knights take the floor, it's against a perennial top 5 opponent. They don't do strength of schedule the way you do it in college, but if they did, the Knights would be right at the top of the list in that.
Boy, they should be. They played number 1, number 3, number 2, and number 1 in AA. So we're underway. University High starts out quickly, and a turnover by Buckaloo. They start out in a full man-to-man press right off the start. The Knights knew this was coming.
And Preston has got to take good care of the ball here tonight to be competitive in this match.
UHS loves to trap out front. As soon as that ball comes across the timeline, they're going to look to trap and create turnovers. So back comes Matheny. Matheny will set it up for UHS. Mamambe in the center position. He works the high post. They get it into Mamambe. And now another turnover. There's a ball off of, I believe that was Ryan Neisler. Pass from Mamambe. Smith brings it across the timeline. And the Knights begin to work it around. Full man-to-man pressure. They get it into Smith on the glass. No good. He gets his own rebound back up. And he will go to the stripe.
And the more active number 15 can be tonight, the better it's going to be for Preston, particularly if he can stay out of foul trouble and maybe change some shots on the defensive end of the floor. But he has got to be a big part of the offense. He and Corey Piles are the two leading scorers on this team, so they shoulder most of that load.
Good with the second. Matheny out front, he is just their sharpshooter. If we let him open, and a nice block underneath as Piles and Rebello stop Mamambe, and a run out the other way, good. John Noah Lockery from Corey Piles.
That was good teamwork and a great finish by Lockery with pressure coming.
More impressive was that block on Mamambe. And now a steal by Burrow. Down to Smith. Smith on the glass. Good! Nick Smith.
And the Knights are firing on all cylinders here. It's delighting this big home crowd, one of the bigger crowds we've had for a while in the Castle, Terry. And they are loving it.
Now a long three-pointer by Matheny, and right on the spot was KJ McClure with that putback.
First score for University. Preston just needs to keep the offense humming.
Quick trap down in the corner, almost creates a turnover. They call it off of the Hawk. Now they get it into Rebello. Little give and go. And that ball was stolen by Matheny. Here he comes, pressing up floor. Now he's going to take one from deep. There he is. Cade Matheny.
And just that quick, the basket by Matheny makes it a 5-5 contest.
Now Matheny with a steal, and they get Corey Piles with a push in the back.
Little contact there as they were haggling over the ball.
Nice job by Matheny to get that steal. He got way up in the air that time. Matheny down on the baseline, drills it. We're going to have to keep someone in Caden Matheny's face all night long. Almost turned the ball over, but now Smith will take one from outside. Karam's off the other side of the rim, and a whistle. And I believe they're going to get John Noah Lockery with his first personal.
That was way back up floor here. So the Hawks will bring it in across the way. And up over half court we come with 4 minutes and 52 seconds remaining here in quarter number one.
Shot up off the glass, no good, but a quick putback. Nice job by Ryan Meisler. Had good position down on the blocks, came down with the second tip, put it right back up, scores it. Pressure got to Smith down on the baseline, but it's off of the Hawk out to the Knights. They will inbound some of their own basket with 4:21 remaining here in the first period. Having trouble hanging on to the ball. And a run out the other way, up and good. KJ McClure.
University can score points in bucketfuls if you let them, and you let them by making mistakes that create turnovers.
Transition is their game. Now they get it to Rebello up with the left hand. Didn't go. The Hawks on the fast break. They'll set it up. Go straight inside to the paint, right down the middle. Ryan Meisler. A timeout, Knights. He split two defenders that time. Steve went up for an easy layup. Good job by Ryan Meisler.
Yeah, they're definitely stepping into postseason form here, using tonight's contest as an opportunity for a little tune-up, as it were. And I think they still have one more regular season game to play.
Yeah, they're going up to Fort Hill tomorrow night on a short night. The ice storm that stopped them from coming in here yesterday, so that created a short day for them as they had to come in and play tonight and then go to Fort Hill tomorrow night.
And, of course, for Preston, it'll be a good week's work, hopefully, that they can get in to get ready for sectional play against these same University High Hawks.
Talked to Coach Kuntz earlier. He was going to play him straight up tonight and then make some changes.
Well, he doesn't want to tip his hand too early. He's got to save a few cards for the playoff.
Now a quick strip by Mamambe. Back it comes to him. He's going to go hard to the hole. Good. Nice drive. Well, that time Mike just saw an opening. He took it straight to the hole. And that call goes against Corey Piles. That's his second. In and out, but a quick putback. Wow, nice job by Ryan Neisler.
Neisler popped up there like a jack-in-the-box on a spring.
He didn't
good
even come
elevation.
down with it. No, good job. They get Neisler on the other end. See, grabbed John Noah not John Noah, but Corey Piles over on the sidelines. That's Neisler's second.
And we get a dead ball whistle here.
Call that against Rodney Buckaloo. I didn't catch what happened.
A little pushing and shoving going on. Nothing too dramatic.
17-5 in favor of the Hawks. Once again, the turnovers bugging the Knights. Great job that time by Monty Ribello to stay in control.
What a move by Ribello down there in traffic. Spins into the paint and puts one up for two.
Rebound taken out of there by Neisler from Smith. Mamambe right back up. They're just cleaning the boards. Sooner or later, you can't give them that many shots without them drilling one from the outside.
20th point for the Hawks, and that spells trouble for Preston here. 20-7 the score, 2:21 remaining.
Well, we saw this happen just the other night, Steve, when the Knights got down quickly to Fairmont Senior and just could not recover from that. Now Matheny will take one from outside. Just a hair strong. Back comes University High. Quickly on the fast break, up on the glass, lays it in. Neisler.
And as good as their rebounding and their putbacks have been, their transition game is just murder for the Knights. Preston does not want to get into a run and gun contest here.
I thought Fairmont Senior was good in transition. These guys are even better. Mambe out front. Now he'll slide into the post. Look for Neisler wide open. They just shredded that zone that time. 24-7. Favor the Hawks. Preston just cannot find an opening. Get it to Piles down deep. He gets it to Lockery. Lockery on the baseline won't go. Nice rebound by Piles. Could not get his shot to go, and back comes the Hawks quickly on transition. Nice pass by Matheny. As he found Buckaloo cutting hard on down the baseline.
And you could see in that transition, the ball barely touched the floor. They are well practiced, well schooled in what they're trying to accomplish. And they're going to get to the line if they don't get to the rim.
Buckaloo good on both free throw attempts. 26-7. Favor the Hawks.
Inside a minute to go here in quarter number one, and Piles will take a long one in and out, almost back in, and then rattles out finally. Tough luck for Corey right there.
Oh, what a pass by Matheny. A no-look pass. He finds Buckaloo wide open.
Just when you think maybe they're making a little mistake and might lead to a turnover, he makes a fantastic save and makes a great play out of a mistake.
Smith takes it in hard, does not go. Rebello tried to put back. Knights just cannot get the ball to drop through the hoop tonight, Steve. It just isn't going.
Yep, lid on the basket down on the visitors' end here. And Preston a little frustrated after a good start.
Right at the buzzer. They're going to count that. Rodney Buckaloo with the tip in. Wow, what a quarter for University High. They score 30 to the Knights 7. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back with second quarter action right after this. ATI Industries, located 10 miles east of Morgantown in Reedsville, West Virginia, is looking for driven, hard-working individuals to assist in our ever-growing business. Dedicated to leading the oil and gas industry in the inspection of drill string elements, downhole tools, casing, and rig handling equipment, ATI Industries has grown into one of the largest inspection companies in the Appalachian Basin. Servicing the greater West Virginia, Ohio, and Pennsylvania areas, ATI Industries has stayed committed to providing unsurpassed oilfield services with the highest standard of safety, reliability, and integrity to our employees, our community, and our customers. ATI Industries is located at 343 North Robertstone Way, right here in Reedsville, West Virginia. Come see us today.
Well, we're back in the castle, and things not going quite as the Knights would have it. 30-7, the University High Hawks, high flying coming in here on this February late season game, final regular season game for the Knights. Not the way they want to end the regular season. And University High, with this turn of events, has quieted the crowd quite a bit, Terry. We need to get the Castle Crazies back into this.
Yeah, the Knights only scored 7 points in that first period. That's not what they wanted to see, to the 30 put up by the Hawks. Coach Smittle has them working at all phases of the ball game now, and they're going to have to really push themselves to get back in this game. The Knights on another turnover, and that's not what Coach Coots wants to see. Quick give and go right in the middle to Neisler. He misses a little shot. He's been pretty strong on that all night. Finally, he gets it to go.
Too many loose ball second chances there as the Knights were just unable to latch on and get that ball out from under the basket.
Matheny almost with another steal from Piles. Now they get it in, and Smith will score it for the Knights. But that's one young man you cannot leave alone.
Nope, deep down there in the corner. He could probably make that from the parking lot.
Yeah, that was downtown. Now Rebello with a turnover. He was looking to get the ball down into Shane Felton, and I think Shane turned his back right at the last second. Monty didn't have anywhere to go with it.
And with the break in play, the Hawks are going to take a 30-second timeout. talk things over a little bit as they lead 35-9. And Preston, some long faces in the huddle. Not time for that yet. Still plenty of play left, plenty of time on the clock left here. And again, Preston limiting themselves a little bit because they don't want to show the whole offense. I mean, these two teams know each other very well.
Yep.
And there's no doubt about the talent on the floor wearing University High uniforms right now. They've been good for a couple of years, and I think this year is really, they've reached the peak of perfection for this edition of the University High Hawks. But Preston still has some game up their sleeve.
Right now it's been all Buckaloo and Neisler just manhandling the Knights underneath. They cannot stop them on those second chance points.
Not too many shooting fouls yet, but we get one here.
That call goes against Lockery, his second personal. Team's fifth personal. Buckaloo with both free throws. So far he's perfect from the stripe, 4 for 4.
Hawks will take points any way they can get them.
Now they get a call on Buckaloo. He's put just a little bit too much pressure on Nick Smith.
He was trying to, he was trying to crowd Smith and get him to step on the sideline over there. Bumped him around a little bit. Good call by the official.
That's Buckaloo's second, so he'll come out of the game. Now we get it into Smith. Smith to Rebello. Rebello thought about taking a tray, but drives on in and strong off the glass. Back comes a fast-charging University High Hawk team. Way outside, Matheny misses. That's a rare miss when he's wide open.
Piles with a nice cleanup, gets some help from Smith to get it over half court. Ahead to Rebello, and Monty puts one up that won't quite rattle home.
Beautiful give and go on the fast break. Matheny quickly over to McClurg, and he scores it.
Mauricio Barrow is going to check into the Knight lineup.
Well, that was truly a nice fast break in transition from Caden Matheny to KJ. Good with the and one. Very unselfish. Now they trap Smith. Got guys wide open. They don't get the ball to him. The conditioning of this Hawk team is that they're just up and down. And that time a little shove underneath.
A little contact down on the baseline.
Mamambe wasn't too happy about that push that he got from Shane Felton. In and out, turned out to be a good foul by Felton.
Now, Felton's a young guy, but he's very promising. You're looking at the future for the Knights down inside there.
Yeah.
Corey Powell's going to get tagged for player control violation there, as he extended the elbow, tried to block his way to a little clear space. And I think Corey's a little frustrated right now, just trying to make some room to shoot.
Yeah, that's right. Corey averages 12 points per game, and he's just not getting the opportunity to get his shot off. Of course, they know that. They know Smith and Piles are the main weapons on this team, so they're going to guard them closely.
Yeah, and with Piles, you've got a shooter there that if you leave him alone, 12 can turn into 20 and even 30 if you let him. So they're not going to let him have a lot of open looks if they can prevent that. For Preston, one of the challenges is to create situations where he can get free.
Matheny with a little slice and dice, got his way into the paint, gets fouled. He's good at the charity stripe. They get another shot at it here. Drills both of them.
Got 10 already in this ball game. Get it down to Armatheny, and he's going to take one from outside, just strong. Felton had position. Armatheny had to try to fire one back in at Felton as he was falling out of bounds. Possession back to the Knights. Now they're having a hard time getting the ball in. Finally get it to Burrow. Smith working against Mamambe.
A little contact jockeying for position on the baseline down there, and Mike picks up a personal.
Now Smith looks, now he travels. He looking to go on the baseline, and Cade cut him off, and then he didn't have nowhere to go. That was a good job by Matheny. He knew which way Nick was going to go and threw him off. Now quickly, Matheny up. Good from deep.
If you want to limit his points, you may have to draw the three-point line out a little farther.
He reminds me of some old-time players from Valley High School. He used to step across the timeline and start looking to shoot.
Timeline. I remember Smokey Horniak throwing it in from the bleachers after he graduated. What are you talking about?
Him and Mike Sikorski. Both of those guys could shoot as soon as they crossed the timeline. And Jimmy Galuski was pretty good about that. Here for the Knights.
Yeah, a little more recent times.
Yeah. Now a quick battle for the ball. It's getting really chippy out here. With 4:22, what hustle by the Knights. Fans trying to get them.
Yeah, that's waking the crowd up just a little bit, and I think you got to give the Knights a first down on that one.
Yeah, definitely a first down.
Bodies all over the floor.
Now Hall travels all the way in, misses a shot, but a put back now by Shane Felton. That's only the second basket scored by the Knights in this period. I believe that's going to go against Felton. Felton will replace Burrow. Or not Felton, but Zach Shannon comes in for Burrow. Mamambe good on his second. 46-11 in favor of Preston. Token pressure put on by the Hawks. They let him get across the timeline and set it up. Felton will take one. Mamambe way high in the air.
Yeah, he was head and shoulders above everybody there. Stood out like a big redwood tree in the forest.
Yeah, 45. They're going to get Zach Shannon with a push on Mamambe underneath. He'll get to go to the charity stripe with 3:48 remaining here in the second period.
He's looking at the official like, well, of course I pushed him, sir. What would you do?
$46-11.
Yeah, the Knights chuck one into the cheap seats on a pretty little no-look pass.
driving hard, kicks it to Matheny. Matheny drives into the paint. Nice little floater. Good job that time by Austin Matheny. Worked his way into the paint, Steve. Got up a nice little shot.
The Knights have developed good motion in the offense here this evening, but there are just some hesitations in places and making it difficult for them to get open for shots. Nice to see that young man work past that and create space.
And we're going to get a call. Not sure who they called that on. Might have went against Nick Smith. Yep.
Indeed it did, and Smith picks up his second with that foul.
That puts Reeves to the line for the Hawks.
That's going to bring John Noah Lockery off the bench. Nick Smith will take a break right here. And the Knights give up some serious size with that exchange. So they're going to have to change the offense a little bit.
Quick hands. Right back come the Hawks. A run out the other way. Tyler Belt. Coach Smittle getting a lot of his younger players in the game. Exactly what he wanted to do early with a 48-13 lead. DeBello up with the left hand. He is bumped and will go to the line.
And as you mentioned earlier, Terry, University with reschedules still has another regular season game to finish on the road at Fort Hill tomorrow night. So he doesn't want to wear all the fast horses out.
No.
With these back-to-back-to-back games. He wants to save a little bit for the postseason.
He's going to bring McClurg back in place of Neisler. Bello good on his second free throw. 48-14 in favor of the University Hawks. Oh, Mamambe finds a cutting Kyle Smith as he scores it for the Knights. Good job by the big man to find a cutter down on the baseline. He got up in the air and just yo-yoed it down, and now he comes up with a big rebound. Back come the Hawks. Fast break all the way down, put back in. And they're right there pounding the boards. KJ McClurg. Second and third chance attempts has really killed the Knights.
Austin Matheny with a tray for Preston.
And right back deep. Tyler Belt. He tickles the silk. With 55 ticks left on the second period clock. A little tap dance over there by Monty Ribello.
He's good at that, but just not quite quick enough to hide it from the official.
I think there's a little bit of the soccer in him.
I think you're right.
Quick feet. 30-second timeout by Coach Smittle. I'm going to regroup here with these kids.
Well, inside a minute left in the first half of play here in the Castle. I can't say we're shocked by this score. Little distressed that it couldn't be a little closer than this right now. But you look at a team like University High, a team like Fairmont Senior, teams like Morgantown. At this stage of the season, they are in a place that they need to be in to get ready for a long postseason run, a deep postseason run in the playoffs. And I think it's an area of focus, and we talked about that during the Fairmont Senior game, the focus is just so laser sharp, and I think that's something that the youngsters here on this Preston team that'll be coming back next year, they need to start working on that kind of focus and developing that.
You know, I remember when Coach Smittle took over the University High program, they were in disarray down there.
Oh, absolutely.
They were in bad shape, and you got to give him and Coach Sanders a lot of credit. They've turned this program around, got a winning attitude now. Kids are coming out, playing hard for them. You know, that's what it takes. You've got to get the kids to buy into your program. Rebound down. Back comes University High, and little trickery gets stolen. They get it down by Zach Shannon, and he scores it with 10 seconds remaining for the Knights. Mombe way up. He jumped just a little too early.
Yeah.
And that will end the half.
Rebound came off a little deeper than he thought it was going to. Slight misjudgment, but you know, that little misjudgment and that takeaway at mid-court right before it that led to the Knights' final basket of the half, really only a couple of mistakes that University High made the entire half, and that's why you see a scoreboard with 55 points on their side of it right now. 55-19, we go to this break for our sponsors. And we'll be back right after this here on Hometown TV. Terry will have some stats. We might get in a visit with somebody that we all know, and we'll get ready for second half action right after this. Come right back.
Ed B, do you know why I stopped you? Well, your sticker is dead. Wires are coming out of your tires, and I heard your brakes squealing from way back yonder. You need to get to the tire ladies, get in alignment, get the brakes put on this thing, get it inspected, and while you're there, you might as well get your oil changed. And if you don't, next time I see you, you're getting a ticket. Barney, put that bullet away.
Rainbow Tire, the tire lady takes care of me.
Become part of the family at Preston Family Pharmacy. It's not just their name, it's their philosophy. They treat you like family.
Whether you've just left the hospital or a routine checkup, make Preston Family Pharmacy your neighborhood pharmacy your next stop. The friendly professional staff at Preston Family Pharmacy will make sure that you get the time and attention you deserve for all your pharmacy needs. Preston Family Pharmacy is currently accepting all patients.
Preston Family Pharmacy, Route 7 across from Walmart, Kingwood. They'll take care of you like family.
In the Castle, the University High Hawks enjoying a 55-19 lead, and I looked to my left and I had a flashback. There's a guy sitting over here that has been here before. Coach Barry Sanders joins us out of retirement and back on the sideline. You just can't stay away, can you?
I've been there about 4 years. So
I know.
It's been a while.
And it's been a productive 4 years at University High. We talked a little bit in the first half about how Coach Schmidl went down there, took over a program that was kind of in disarray, and then he gave you a phone call or you gave him a phone call. I'm not sure exactly how that happened, but in any event, a lot of things have happened since then. You got a pretty good-looking basketball team on the court tonight.
Yeah, the kids do a good job. They press and trap so well. Sometimes they don't do exactly what they're supposed to do, but they're good kids. They're young. I mean, we only have one senior, so.
So we can look forward to more of this in the future.
Yeah, as long as we can keep trapping people, we're fast enough. We can put it to people.
I know you got to enjoy being back here in the Castle and seeing these folks come out for a ball game, and we got a good crowd out here for University High tonight,
which good memories.
We appreciate that. Appreciate you all coming up here and helping us close out the regular season. We're going to get together again next week. We don't even want to talk about that.
Next Wednesday.
But when you look out here on this court and you see this Preston team, what do you see? What does it take to get back on the horse?
Yeah, they're young. They need to work on their game, and if kids don't work, you're not going to be as good as the kids that do work. And our kids work real hard. They work 8-10 months a year, and the other 2 months they're playing. So they're real hard-working kids, and that's what you got to do to be a good basketball team.
And I suspect, as good as your offense is, knowing you, defense has got something to do with
it
as well.
We work 90% of our time. We work on defense, traps and positioning for traps and to help your teammate. But kids love each other, and that's a main cognitive. If you don't care about each other, you're still not going to win.
In the end, we're supposed to remember it's just kids with a ball out there, and we're supposed to be having a good time. So let's all have a good time. Coach, we appreciate you so much stopping by, taking a few minutes with us to say hi to the folks on Hometown TV. We appreciate it. Say hi to Dee and the kids.
Yeah.
And I won't say behave yourself because I know who I'm talking to.
Okay. Thanks, Steve.
Thank you, Coach.
Happy New Year! Kent and Melissa with Delano's Furniture and Mattress. Celebrate the new year with us by saving big on our double-sided made in West Virginia mattress sets.
Yesterday's quality meets today's technology. A mattress you can flip. It'll last you year after year. Come experience the Delano's difference.
The Delano's difference. The Delano's difference.
We also have adjustable beds.
ATI Industries, located 10 miles east of Morgantown in Reedsville, West Virginia, is looking for driven, hard-working individuals to assist in our ever-growing business. Dedicated to leading the oil and gas industry in the inspection of drill string elements, downhole tools, casing, and rig handling equipment, ATI Industries has grown into one of the largest inspection companies in the Appalachian Basin. Servicing the greater West Virginia, Ohio, and Pennsylvania areas, ATI Industries has stayed committed to providing unsurpassed oilfield services with the highest standard of safety, reliability, and integrity to our employees, our community, and our customers. ATI Industries is located at 343 North Robertstone Way, right here in Reedsville, West Virginia. Come see us today.
As we return to the floor of the castle here with warm-ups well underway and just moments away from the start of second half action, Terry Cochran has some numbers from the first half of this, I'm going to say ball game.
Well,
sorry, got a frog in my throat.
We kind of expected this, Steve. It's all been UHS, and they've got good reason for it. They've got good players. And they really bought into Coach Smiddle's offense. You got players like Caden Matheny with 13, Ryan Neisler and KJ McClurg, both unofficially with 12. And a lot of that work came from underneath. Both those guys just did a tremendous job cleaning up the boards, second chance attempts, just tip-ins. Everything was going their way. Then Mike Mamambe, he gets 4 out of that. Buckaloo, he comes in, he scores 8. What can you say? They're just a high-powered offense, and our Knights are the best player we have is only picked up 7 points. So it's just we're overmatched. What are you going to say?
Well, I think that's it. And early in your remarks, you said they've got players that have bought into a system, and I think that is number one. You've got to have the players all on the same page. They've got to be listening to what the coaches are talking about and applying it. They got to do an awful lot of it, and I got to agree with the old coach. Coach Sanders is right when he says defense is a lot of what you got to do, a lot of what you got to stress. And I think going forward, the Knights need to develop a pretty hard-nosed, aggressive defensive style. I think it would do them well.
Yeah, and they got to buy into the system. I mean, we talked to Coach Retton, we talked to Coach Smiddle. The teams that have these programs that are really developing, the kids buy into their system. And that's what Preston's got to change. They got to change their attitude, and they got to listen. Come out, play hard.
Right now, Preston's got to get long and low and quick, and then hopefully if a three-pointer gets missed, the Knights can get a rebound just like that, get off and running.
Well, they get a younger player in the game. He's only got a quarter maybe that he can play in this ball game. Caleb Seipold, that'll get him some experience against these bigger players.
Yeah, he's the Caleb Seipold project right now.
Yes,
That's what
he
I've
is.
dubbed him at the end of this season, and coming along quite nicely.
Yep. Caleb's not afraid to get in there and bang around. He's got the size. Now we see a run out the other way, a fight for the ball, and all the loose balls seem to be going University High way. But a block down on the other end by Rebello against Amambe. Nice job by Monty Rebello.
Yeah, that's a senior in his last home game. Rebello down there just giving it his all, and he is super athletic.
Nick Smith from outside. He scores it.
All right, Preston loosens up the lid on the basket, and University comes back and goes the other way.
Not sure who scored that for University High.
It was too quick.
Yep. Good rebound by Seipold. They whip it around. Now Piles finally open and still cannot get it to fall. Down at the other end, Buckaloo tracks it down for the Hawks. Good job on defense that time. Zach Shannon comes up with the steal. The Knights push it up the floor. Smith thought about it. Now he finds Shannon underneath. Shannon from Smith.
Nice recognition by the junior there to see that open pass and an opportunity to get that ball closer to the basket for a score.
Another rebound by Zach Shannon. 57-24. Knights coming back just a little bit here in the third period. Smith with the rebound, up hard on the glass, scores it. Nick Smith. He scored 5 here in the third period. Oh, and a hard shot on the far sidelines. Monty Rebello took that young man out. Cade Matheny just flattened him. That was rough. He'll get 3 shots.
Yeah, it got a little bit out of control there.
Yeah, Monty went at him late and just laid him out. That was a hard foul. He's going to get 3 shots at it.
Up and good with the first. He's got a couple more coming here.
I'm really surprised the official didn't walk over and say something to Monty Rebello, because that was pretty late when he hit him. Knocked the breath out of Cade for a minute. He's good at the charity stripe, Steve.
You know, one of those things a coach hates to see in a late season game too. Your best players want to be on the floor. They want to play and exercise their skills, but at the same time, you don't want to see anybody get hurt here right before postseason.
No. Here comes Matheny the other way on a quick run out. Good, up on the glass. Nothing but net.
And he's going to get an opportunity for the and one.
So quick to the basket. He's averaging close 20-some points a game, so we know he's able to score at will. Now they get it into Seipold. Seipold up on the glass with the left hand. Good job, Caleb Seipold.
The project is going to pay big dividends in the future, mark my words.
Yeah, Neisler
quickly up on the glass on the other end, up on the backboard, scores it, goes to the line for the and one. Foul against Monty Rubello. That's his Monty's fourth.
With that, Rubello takes a seat.
65-28, favor the Hawks here in the third period. Into Mamambe, he's bumped hard by Burrow, no call. Deep from outside. Everybody's online tonight. That's Rodney Buckaloo. Tickles the silk. 68-28, and a pass from Smith. He saw
somebody. I couldn't.
I think it was Corey Piles cutting the baseline.
Yeah, and then something stopped Piles, and he couldn't get there to get the ball.
It's a good idea, it just didn't happen. Athene across the timeline sets up the Hawks. The Knights in that 3-2 defense with Burrow out front. Now we get a push underneath. They get Neisler this time. And a little shove in the back as he was going in for the rebound. I believe that's his fourth personal. Ryan Neisler. Piles trapped out front. He was guarded by McClure. Now Burrow will drive on Athene. Gets it down to Zach Shannon. He knows what to do with the ball. Put it up on the glass.
That was a nice quick finish by Shannon after Burrow in traffic in the paint slipped him the ball.
Mamambe playing point guard for University High right now. Biggest guy on the floor.
Biggest point guard you'll see out there in a while.
Once again, Seipold and Mamambe kind of having a few looks at each other. A little shoving going on, but Mamambe's not going to move Seipold around too much. Boom! Big shot from the outside. KJ McClurg drills it. (71-30) in favor of University High. We're only in the third period, Steve. They've scored 110 points before in a contest.
Well, there you go. You had to bring that up.
Well, they have.
But they have.
A couple times this season they've been over the 100 mark against some fairly good teams. So that's not unusual for this team.
No, and it's not that they're trying to run the score up either. I know some folks would think that, but that's not the situation. It's just when the horses are running and things are flowing and the offense is working and you can plug in some of the younger guys and it just keeps happening, you got to let them go.
Yeah, I know Coach Smittle here in the fourth period. He'll start substituting pretty freely.
Well, I mean, he's moved the big guy out to point. What do you want? Maybe that's been Mike's dream all along. He'd like to play point guard. They just wouldn't let him.
Down on the baseline, Smith drives to the hole, but Shannon's right there to clean it up. Zach Shannon working hard underneath for the Knights. He's been a bright spot here in the third period.
Yeah, that's what it takes. You got to put in that kind of effort. You got to put in the hard work. You don't even look up at the scoreboard right now. Just listen to the coach and go out there and do your job.
Yep, Shannon goes to the line. That's fourth foul against Rodney Buckaloo. So he'll take a seat for the Hawks. Good job by Shannon. Get the and one. Well, at least this effort's been a little better here in the third period for the Knights. Good rebound by Shannon. Nice position. up against Tyler Bloom. Now Smith kind of runs over Mamambe. No call, but he steps on the out-of-bounds line. Mamambe's wondering what's happening around here. He's getting beat around by Seipolt. Now Smith puts him on the floor.
Yeah, it's getting a little physical out there as they jockey for position back and forth on one end of the court and the other.
Bloom on the side. Nice no-look pass to Matheny. He was wide open, missed it. Tap in. Almost went by Tyler Belt. He was way up in the air on that tap.
And then Caleb was there to clean it up for Preston.
Shannon gets back to Piles. Matheny almost with the steal. Piles drives in. And they're going to call a offensive foul on Corey Piles. Now, I don't know if I agree with that call.
I got to say, yeah, I'm with you. I can't really see the same thing that the official saw right there, but I got to say that looked like a block from this angle.
Yeah, they've let a lot of that go tonight.
Not picking on the officials.
On both sides.
It's been a physical contest here, and more so as it's worn on. But I think Corey should have gotten the benefit of the doubt on that one.
Mambe drives the paint. Quick move from the foul line. Took it straight down the hole. Gets fouled and will go to the line.
Hey, that's what a good point guard does. He looks for a pass and then he drives. Look at that.
They call that against Shannon.
Obviously, we're kidding around a little bit here now, but you won't see any more talented player on a floor anywhere in West Virginia than that. And, you know, for him to get a chance to extend out and kind of have a good time with it.
Smith hard into the paint. Tried to get that ball up on the backboard. Gets fouled, goes to the line. 72-33 with 1:09 remaining here in the third period. Now we take a second. I think Smith got banged up a little bit.
Yeah, the official may have seen, I don't know if it opened a little cut or exactly what happened there, but the official ushered him over and said, Coach, you got to put somebody else in.
Yeah, Mason Hall will take the attempts from the free throw line. In and out.
Hall, another young guy here in the night lineup that bears keeping your eye on. He's been an excellent player at the JV level for much of the season.
It's his name in the book. 72-34 with 1:05 remaining. Now Matheny from downtown, almost outside Kingwood, takes a shot. Clerk thought about it. Now he does take it. A little dipsy-do. And they're going to get Austin Matheny. He kind of dipped underneath of the two defenders. I didn't really see the foul, but they went ahead and give it to Austin. And McClurg goes to the line, good on his free throw attempt. That was with 50 seconds remaining. Got him with 19 unofficially right now going into the fourth period. Quick down to Corey Piles, turnaround, missed it, but right back up on the glass. Shannon to clean it up. Zach Shannon.
Shannon's adding a little credibility to his name at the varsity level here.
Nice job by Mike down on the baseline to get an open look. Doesn't drop for him. Back come the Knights to find Piles. Piles gets it up there. Scores it. And we'll go to the line. Great job by Corey Piles to little head fake, get Mamambe up in the air, and then he still was able to score that. basket.
And need we remind Knight fans, but the 5th leading scorer all time for boys varsity basketball at Preston High, Corey Piles. He's done a lot of that with 3-pointers. He got a 3-pointer the old-fashioned way right there. And that'll be the final score of the 3rd period, as it is a 73-39 contest. They had 74 up there, and they took one away. 73-39 contest here at the end of 3 as we take the break for these messages, and we'll be back with the final quarter of the regular season. My, how time flies when you're playing basketball and having fun in the castle. Back after this.
Preston Memorial Hospital offers 4 locations in Preston County to complete your laboratory tests. Our friendly, qualified staff is happy to serve you in Kingwood, Reedsville, Fellowsville, and now our newest location in Brewston Mills at the Brewston Mills Medical Center, where no appointment is necessary as walk-ins are welcome on Mondays from 7 to 5, Tuesdays through Thursday from 7 to 3:30, and 7 to 11 on Fridays. For directions or questions, give us a call at 304-379-1103.
Brown's Mill Grocery invites you to stop by for anything you might need. If you're looking for a quick bite, Brown's Mill has buffet-style pizza, fresh subs, and cold drinks. Fill up your tank and your car's tank, too, with quality gasoline. Snacks, cold drinks, gasoline, anything you might need, you'll find at Brown's Mill Grocery. Brown's Mill Grocery at the corner of the Dogtown Road and Route 92. We look forward to seeing you soon at Brown's Mill Grocery. From humble beginnings, Stone Paving has emerged as one of the premier paving companies in the region. Stone Paving has been doing business for nearly 20 years and provides asphalt paving services to residential, commercial, and highway customers. They're pre-qualified with the West Virginia Department of Highways and have a history of meeting the most demanding schedules. Stone Paving has equipment and personnel that can complete any project, and they're committed to providing quality service at a competitive price. When you're planning your next project, call Stone Paving.
All right, we're back in for the final quarter of this season for the Preston Knights home stand anyways.
Yep, for the regular season, it's over, and the Knights will be the road team going into sectional play. They will travel down to Morgantown and play these same University High Hawks. And don't let that give you nightmares. So that's, everything starts fresh. We're all 0-0 when it comes to postseason play. Hope that fans who are out here tonight can get out and support Preston in that contest next week down at the Hawks Nest.
Well, for one little advantage that we can look at tonight, the Knights actually outscored the Hawks 20-16 in that quarter.
Now that's progress.
And a lot of it was by the hand of Zach Shannon, but now here come the Hawks in the 4th period. Run out the other way. Oh, number 21, Tyler Belt.
And the only way you stop those kind of fast break run outs is you got to score the ball.
Coach Smittle with most of his JV team in on the floor now, and some of the varsity players like Bloom still in. We've seen a lot of these young men earlier today in a close contest with our JV squad.
Yeah, there was a lot of good-natured back and forth in that, and the crowd was really getting into it. A lot of times you don't see that, but we've actually got a few people that are showing up just for the JV contest now. They've got particular favorites that they want to come and cheer for, and there are two or three guys that like to come here and give the official a hard time in the JV game and then quietly leave before they get in trouble. Hey, you know who you are, so if you're out there watching, we appreciate it. Always a good time in the castle.
Hard fight underneath on the boards goes Tyler Belt. He's getting some playing time and scoring some points here in this ball game. Cleaning up the glass. The trap, Jaden Foltz over on the far sideline. And I'm going to call foul on that, on a grab. against Kyle Smith. Zach Shannon out of the game. Nice third period for Zach. 9 points in that period.
And that's a good quarter in anybody's book. And when you're doing that against the University High Hawks in a year like they're having this year, that's a really good quarter. So kudos to Mr. Shannon, because he did a nice job.
Back the other way quickly. He's all over the place. Tyler Belt just having himself a nice game. J.C. Harris, he's going to be an up-and-coming ball player for the Knights. That young man can get off the floor. He's got some spring in his step.
Yeah, right at the rim there, and got contact, so he'll get to the line here and just drops it right in.
JC playing a lot on JV ball right now, but I'm sure he will be looking, Coach Kuntz will be looking hard at him for varsity, a lot of varsity time next year. Maybe a little bit more time in the weight room. Bulk him up just a little bit more. Hawks working the ball around the perimeter, and now a drive right to the paint, all the way in. Kyle Smith.
You know, and your prior comment goes to what happens in the off season, and you know that's something else you got to bear in mind, that for Preston, a lot more difficult to have the kind of off season training and focus that these urban schools can have. It's a whole different thing when you're 30 or 40 minutes away from the weight room than when you're 5 minutes across town.
Yeah, that's
so it's something I don't want to dwell on, but it does bear some note, and I think you know it's something that there needs to be some adjustment maybe in the classification screening process.
Well, I've said that all along, Steve. I really think that schools like Morgantown University High have the advantage of a lot of different training facilities close by, close hand. The teams like Preston and these rural teams just don't get the opportunity to have. And it makes a big difference when you're being coached by a lot of very good people and getting trained proficiently all year long. And then to step in against teams that don't get that kind of training, it makes a big difference.
Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly. I certainly not the expert that can tell you what the absolute solution is. I just know there's a problem there that needs looking at, and you know, you got to start at the top with your administration and work the way down to get something done.
I believe the SSAC's got to start looking at quad A schools against AAA schools, and some of these better teams that have the advantage of that type of training facilities and closer. Maybe they should move them up. The Martinsburgs, the University Highs, the Morgantown Highs, the Charlestons. They need to be moved up into a quad A division and let the Prestons and some of these lower ranked schools stay in AAA.
No, I agree. You go just up the road a little ways into western Pennsylvania, and you find 4A and 5A, and even with that, there are sometimes some discrepancies, but it breeds a lot more continuity in terms of matching up teams and their overall abilities, and that leads to better contests, more entertaining contests. That puts more people in the seats, which raises more money for your school and your athletic programs.
Sure.
And it helps your student athletes, and it also helps your school pride, and that's good for everybody.
Well, we're seeing this same type of problem up in the Pennsylvania areas, and I know teams like Albert Gallatin, smaller schools they're stuck in those quad A, AAA They're starting to back out. They're starting to.
Once upon a time, they weren't so small, and now population shifts and things like that.
Good job by J.C. Harris. But, yeah, they're starting to back out and make their own schedules, backing out of some of these Big 10s, Big 12s, or whatever they call them.
Note to Coach Kuntz, maybe you want to look at some of those guys. That might be interesting play.
Yeah, teams like Albert Gallatin and Uniontown, some of those teams match up pretty good against the Knights.
Well, you know I'm an old school guy. I know there are rumblings that we might not be playing Tucker County in the future, and I'd really hate to see that. If it happens, I wish we'd bring Southern back on the schedule.
Yeah, I do too.
Those were some great games, and I'm a fan of a full house. And, you know, I say it as a fan. I'm, again, certainly no expert. I just know what I like, and I know what people tell me they like when they watch the Knights.
Reeves from deep for University High. Had to get that in there, Steve.
Oh, yeah.
The young man played hard tonight. He deserves it. He was way outside, top of the arc. Jaden Foltz gets to go to the line, cleaning things up here with 3:03 remaining. It's been a long year for the Knights. I know Coach Kuntz is, with only 5 wins this season, is ready for this to be over with.
But at the same time, it's a step up from last year, and we talked about this when Paul Kuntz took over this team. It was going to be a situation where you took baby steps for a while and made progress. And progress is being made, so that's a good thing. And we're starting to see a few more people come out and support the Knights, and that's a good thing.
Well,
but we want to get it back to those days in the late 80s and early 90s when the house was packed and people hung from the rafters.
And a lot of that was due to Barry Sanders. Well, he was a great coach.
A lot of it was due to the competitiveness of the teams that he put on the floor.
Yep.
Love it or hate it, because I know there are a lot of folks who refer to what we used to call Barry ball, and we've talked about the games. Morgantown High came in here and got a win and only scored 31 points.
That's right.
One night, but it was a fantastic game, and we'll always remember those.
Yep. We've seen a lot of them in here. We know that Coach Sanders, it was very rarely that he got a team ran off the floor. I mean, he would not allow that to happen. He would just pull it back. And we saw a little bit of that in the JV game a little earlier. They still see a little bit of that we call Barry ball, but he controlled the tempo. He didn't allow teams to get away from him.
And that's whether you're up-tempo or down-tempo, as the Knights now platoon in the final group for the evening here.
He gets these seniors back on the floor one more time. Nice job by Coach Kuntz to allow those seniors to finish out this game. Corey Piles, Burrows, Rebello, all back in the game. Monty going to drive it in up on the glass. Just missed it. Thought he had it. Streaking the other way. Guy goes down, no whistle. They're going to let him play it out. Burrow in with a layup. Missed the shot. Oh, I bet he wished he has that one back again.
Nice save along the sidelines, and the Hawks are set back up again in the half court.
They're going to work it around. Take time off the clock. Oh, nice steal by Corey Piles. He's going to take it all the way in. That's only Corey's 5th point of this game, and you just wouldn't have believed that coming in. They've really bottled him up all night long.
He might be saving a few for next week, we hope.
Well, this same team will have a lot of pressure on them going down to University High in the sectional. Almost had one in our face. Mr. Bloom.
That was going over our heads.
Mr. Bloom come flying in. I thought he was right at us, Steve.
He made a nice try at the ball there.
See Coach Kuntz talking to the official on the sidelines. Good job by Rebello.
Well, they've been chatting regularly here the last few trips up and down the floor every time there's a stop and play.
Well, they're going to be nice to him now. Game's over with. And Monty good with both. Got him with 8 unofficially on his senior night. Final game here at the Castle. Time running out. Just 1:15 remaining. Wow, I'm impressed with Kyle Smith coming in off the bench for the University High Hawks. Both teams still playing hard. Time running down.
You're not going to see anybody on either squad here that doesn't go full tilt. It just doesn't happen.
Well, the University High would like to see that century mark. They're not going to get it tonight. Time's going to run out. I think they're going to lay up now, run the clock down. And just as I say that, they bang off 3. Didn't drop.
And Maruccio Barro there to clean it up off the glass. Down to Piles, puts up a 3 that won't quite fall.
Oh, Rebello off the top of the backboard.
Thought for a second it might fall forward, but then it rolled to the backside and out of bounds.
So 17 seconds, 17 ticks. This game will be in the books. And the University High Hawks will win by a score of 92-49 over our Preston Knights. So Coach Schmidl keeps that high-flying offense in full tilt.
Yep, they are finely tuned machine, and they are in high gear, and they've got it rolling heading into sectional play. The Knights now, having gotten a good look at that, they don't have to leave anything on the shelf next week down at University High. Invade the Hawks' nest, folks. They got a lot of seats down there.
Oh, yeah.
And I will say, although our concession stand, I think, is a little better, theirs isn't bad. So, go down there. We're kidding. We're kidding.
Yeah, right.
It's all good. But go down and enjoy the final game of the well, I don't want to say the final game. Enjoy the first game of the playoffs for Preston, as they'll take on these same University High Hawks, and then win or lose, we go on and see what happens from there for our favorite players. But the Knights, I think tonight, good effort. Got a little quiet in the second period after a good start, and just couldn't ever kind of get the offense back totally in gear. Terry Cochran will have some numbers for us here in a few minutes as we take a look at this crowd, and we thank you for being out here tonight. And I want to thank all season long our sponsors, our major sponsors, ATI Industries and Preston Memorial Hospital, along with everybody else who chipped in to make it possible for you to see the Preston Knights here, delayed telecast on Hometown TV. We've loved doing it. We've loved having you come along for the ride. It's been a little bit of a bumpy winter for us, technically, but Atlantic Broadband working to get that straightened out, and we promise everybody's going to get an opportunity to see every game. You're not going to miss anything. In the meantime, we thank you so much for tuning in up on the YouTube feed, where you can see these games on demand, and those will be there for you. So you can go back and see your favorite parts time and time again as much as you want. Folks, we encourage you, just look for youtube.com/cable7, and we'll be there for you. Right now, Terry Cochran has some numbers about how things wound down tonight. How do we look on paper, boss?
Well, we didn't do so well in the first 2 periods. That's what killed us. University High outscored us 30-7 in that first period. That just set the tone for the whole night. And then they came back, and it was just from there on things just dropped out. They've had three or four guys in double figures tonight,
and most of them up around 19 or 20 points. So we knew they were good coming in, and they lived up to everything we thought they would be.
Yep, I couldn't agree more. Again, firing on all cylinders. They come in here, put on a little bit of a show. It's facetious to say, well, we held them under 100, but, you know, some teams didn't. And so that's something that the Knights can build on. We're going to take it out here for these messages. The final time here, regular season in the Castle. We thank Bruce Huggins and the staff here and everybody who's made it possible. Our director tonight was the big Texan, Rick Walker, running things for you. Dan Sims on the floor camera, and the Marines have landed. My buddy Bob Meisner up in the Crow's Nest, bringing you the sights and sounds all night long. We appreciate it so much. Thanks to the crew. Thanks to our executive producer, Denise Blake, back home in the Mountain Digital offices. And, folks, we'll see you out there. Hope to see you Thursday when we're just fans sitting in the seats like you all. Let's get together and have some popcorn. I think it's Thursday, the sectional game, Wednesday or Thursday, down at the Hawks Nest. So go out and see if you can cheer the Knights on, and hopefully they can get an upset. For now, Terry Cochran and I are out. Good night.
ATI Industries, located 10 miles east of Morgantown in Reedsville, West Virginia, is looking for driven, hard-working individuals to assist in our ever-growing business. Dedicated to leading the oil and gas industry in the inspection of drill string elements, downhole tools, casing, and rig handling equipment, ATI Industries has grown into one of the largest inspection companies in the Appalachian Basin. Servicing the greater West Virginia, Ohio, and Pennsylvania areas, ATI Industries has stayed committed to providing unsurpassed oil field services with the highest standard of safety, reliability, and integrity to our employees, our community, and our customers. ATI Industries is located at 343 North Robertstone Way, right here in Reedsville, West Virginia. Come see us today.
Preston Memorial Hospital offers 4 locations in Preston County to complete your laboratory tests. Our friendly, qualified staff is happy to serve you in Kingwood, Reedsville, Fellowsville, and now our newest location in Brewston Mills at the Brewston Mills Medical Center, where no appointment is necessary as walk-ins are welcome on Mondays from 7 to 5, Tuesdays through Thursday from 7 to 3:30, and 7 to 11 on Fridays. For directions or questions, give us a call at 304-379-1103.
Brown's Mill Grocery invites you to stop by for anything you might need. If you're looking for a quick bite, Brown's Mill has buffet-style pizza, fresh subs, and cold drinks. Fill up your tank and your car's tank, too, with quality gasoline. Snacks, cold drinks, gasoline, anything you might need, you'll find at Brown's Mill Grocery. Brown's Mill Grocery at the corner of the Dogtown Road and Route 92. We look forward to seeing you soon at Brown's Mill Grocery. From humble beginnings, Stone Paving has emerged as one of the premier paving companies in the region. Stone Paving has been doing business for nearly 20 years and provides asphalt paving services to residential, commercial, and highway customers. They're pre-qualified with the West Virginia Department of Highways and have a history of meeting the most demanding schedules. Stone Paving has equipment and personnel that can complete any project, and they're committed to providing quality service at a competitive price. When you're planning your next project, call Stone Paving